Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back on board of the Eye once more, because we are continuing on here with our main mission into the unknown, talk to Vladimir. So he picked up some data on the artifacts I just brought back. I should talk to him. So in the last episode we brought back two artifacts, and let's have them looked at by our friendly Vladimir Soul.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one.
Now we're talking.
Alright, let me transfer over the data. But I need you wearing caution's boots for this one. No telling what this thing is or why it's so large. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open.
Alright, land near the anomaly, use my scanner, got
And from
it.
there, maybe you catch a smile and uncover the source of it all.
I sure will. Probably some pirates along the way as well. Let's have a look at that. Go to Procyon 3. I think it's in the next system. It's a level 10 system, so it should be no problem, hopefully. And there we are in Procyon A. And somewhere along on this planet there we have it.
Hello, this is Mrs. Whitmore's 6th grade company. Oh, thank you. The school district is supposed to do maintenance on the ships, but our grav drive's cracked and leaking helium-3. The ship can't jump right now. What's helium-3? Helium-3 is a stable isotope of helium that is used as fuel for grav drives, Tashi. What's a grav drive? You know what a grav drive is, or you should. You wrote a paper on it.
I'm not sure Billy does know what a grav drive is.
Class, please talk quietly amongst yourselves. This is important. Do you have any extra ship parts?
Tell me how many ship parts you need.
Let me see.
Mrs. Whitmore, who are you talking to?
Is it a pirate?
Pirates? There are pirates?
What? No. No pirates. Everyone is safe.
Alright, actually I am a pirate. No, I'm with the UC Vanguard. You're in safe hand, kids.
At least he could have been like a marine. A volunteer pilot? How daring.
See? The authorities are here and they'll help us. Thank you. Now, everyone, settle down. The driver said ship parts should be sufficient for us to repair our ship.
I don't think that I have that. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we do have 10 ship parts.
Class, we'll be leaving shortly. Everyone buckle in.
That's a surprise, alright. I think this was for real, right? Or were we just robbed? I have no idea. Very interesting stuff. I love these random encounters. I also love asteroids and meteorites, and we have a lot of them here right in front of it. We can always get some materials. I can also check, by the way, just quickly, because in my cargo hold, as we can see, we got quite a bit of mass now in there, and that means we have some, iron. Look at that, some 50 iron we have stored here. Holy cow. That's quite a bit. We do have also aluminum, and we do have tungsten. We should have tungsten, actually. Do we have tungstens? I think I have it with me. Tungsten, there it is, 23 we have. So we have all the materials we need to build another base. This would be also one of my next targets then here. Let's have a look at this. There's a bit more iron, palladium. Then we might also have a look at this big boy here. Off it goes. Palladium there as well. Alright, I should not collect that much iron, especially since we have a lot of it. Let's actually land at the scanner anomaly. That's on this planet here. It's a rock. It's very cold on it. We would have argon here, copper. Stuff that we could theoretically need, but I don't think we need it right now. But yeah, as you can hear, I'm in the mood for another outpost. Honestly, we need one.
Gear looks green. Ready to land.
This planet doesn't look so bad. We have trees. Of course, it's very cold by the looks of it. Very cold.
Ready when you are.
In fact, we have negative 10 degrees. Well, that's not actually not so bad. I'm looking a bit shocked. Alright, so let's have a look around here. There should be some follow distortions on the scanner. Whatever that means. Guess we're going ahead and scan a few things. Distortions on the scanner. Ah! Look at that, there it is. The white reticule is flickering the circle. I guess we need to continue onwards to that structure over there. Copper. Copper is actually quite important. And there's also a herding crabfly grazer. Can we scan it? Yep, we can scan it. Hopefully it's not too aggressive. This one looks a bit more dangerous. Another successful scan. And there we are, at the anomaly.
And every once
Temple
in a while,
Eta.
the universe drops something like this into your lap.
Right, I guess there is a secret entrance somewhere below me, most likely. Ah, there it is. Holy cow, that's huge. Alright, let's enter. What could possibly go wrong? Back on the other side? I think we need to go back in there, right? Looks like it. Okay, back at it again. The scanner can tell us more. Investigate the source of the anomaly. Barrett's with us, at least. I think something happens there. I think it's spinning faster.
Pardon me. Well, okay then.
Wants to trade with me. Sorry, no. What's going on? Scanner also doesn't reveal anything. Is this a riddle? I have no idea what I'm doing here. Now it seems like I'm stuck inside. There's still the floating thingies though, but I can't scan them.
Ta-da! Make way! We're here! Like some kind of gate,
Alright, I guess that's now something. Is that the Starfield, perhaps? Let's enter. To equip my new power?
That was a sight to behold. You're okay, right? Well, let's get you back to the lodge to make sure. Then we'll talk.
I do have a new power? Anti-gravity field. Generate a localized field of intense low gravity and behold a planet's true power. Alright, let's put it into my favorites then. And activate it.
Everybody got that? Good.
Okay. I guess I have a new power now, but I don't know what it's about. So we'll just figure this out at the lodge, I think. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Let's head back to the lodge, shall we?
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail.
It was a building like a temple. It gave me powers.
What in the blackest sea are you going on about? What did it do to you?
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it?
Okay.
Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird.
Was a temple.
So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
Intriguing. Need to think about my own artifact sometime. But I'm not sure I want to use it until I know more.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time.
Okay, I'll follow up on the other anomaly you found. Hopefully it's another temple.
Don't think it's just fortunes left that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
Alright. With that, we have finished it. Another level up. Perfect. Into the Unknown has been finished, and we got our first power. What I'm using it for, I have no idea yet. So now we have a new mission, Power from Beyond, to acquire the next power. Before we do that, I will probably create a new outpost. Shall we do this? And since we don't have a transfer link yet between the galaxies or between the solar systems, what I need to do here is I'm probably going to set up the next outpost in the same system. So it's right over here. We had Tamka with our first output that is producing the iron now for us. By the way, on the same moon, we also would have helium. And we also have actually copper, which is going to be important for us, right? So in this case here, we are already producing something here. And now I'm also going to have the next outpost then in the same system, I think. And I think core beam is perfect because it has aluminum, right? And helium as well. Helium we're going to need for power and aluminum for production. There is also this Inferno planet right beside it, Bondar, that actually has tungsten on it as a resource. That's going to be really interesting. But let's go for core beam first. Show the resources, please. There it is. And we have, of course, aluminum and helium in masses. Let's just try to find us a mixed spot here in between somewhere. And hopefully we find both of them in the same space. Right, we are on the moon of Kurtz now, or Kurtz as it's called. Right up here, it's the same system, but it's another moon, as the other moon was extreme temperature. And that's Inferno. We can't have something on Inferno. But over here, this is looking better because here we also have aluminum and we have helium. And they're actually both together. So let's build the next outpost. Shall we do this? We can do this somewhere here. As we can see, available resources, helium and aluminum. And sure thing. Outpost number 2 has been built with that. And within its range, we have now the helium extractor over here and the aluminum extractor over here. Perfect. And we can actually build all of this, whatever we want. Of course, I should probably start with aluminum as my first one. And once again, let's build this one. And probably a second one as well. There you go. We're going to need some power for these again. For that, I will probably need to check once more. This is, of course, no atmosphere here, right? So we probably will need solar arrays in that one. And we're probably going to have them somewhere here again, so where we don't have any resources really. It's still within the levels of it. And I'm probably going to build... Oh, they have a high power production here, by the way. So 6 per piece. Unfortunately, we cannot... I would love for them to snap somehow together, please. Doesn't seem to be possible. So we'll need to keep a bit of a distance there.
I hadn't thought of doing that.
Right, that's 2 of them.
But I love
And they're
it.
powering now the... Yeah, and now we have a production of 3.3 once again. Just this time it's for aluminum. And there it's already coming out. We still need, of course, as we know, the transfer container. For that we need some lubricants still. We need to purchase that most likely. Or we craft it ourselves. We'll just see. And the turret. Let's actually build us another solar array. Oh, that requires copper that we don't have. Alright, so far so good. I can't build anything else. We need copper and lubricants as my next one. Doesn't matter. We can quickly fast travel back to this outpost now. And it's just a smaller mining outpost for the moment, right? Of course, we're going to have 2 resources here, which is amazing. Alright, back again with some more resources. Actually have the storage container here somewhere in the center. Or actually, do we need to? Let's have it over there. Just want to make sure that we have a bit of space in between. That was the tungstens and lubricant that we needed. Yeah, there's actually the turret. Can we build one on top of... Ah, that would have been nice. We can build it on top of one of these here, right? Especially there, we have so much space. Why not? Let's just see. This needs a bit more power though. But it could help us then protect against this one. But I think we, yeah, probably need something else as well. Just check it out. What else we have? A scan booster. Build this to double the range of your hand scanner. There's a crew station. In space. We could have it just like that. And this one allows us to have an crew management outpost here. So they can work here and increase the efficiency of the outpost. That would be actually something nice too, right? There is the lander ship builder. So with that we can actually build ships here. And there's also a small landing pad where we can land then here. I don't know why we should be doing this though, for the moment, as we can also just land beside that. I might actually go ahead with another solar array. I have this one here. Really, there needs to be a better way, right, to snap these together. Have it. Probably also want to start with some helium. So let's have the helium number 1 here. Building helium-3 extractors in an outpost allows you to automatically refuel your ship when you plot a grav jump to or through that outpost's planet. You can set up a chain of refueling outposts to extend the reach of your exploration. And I probably would like to have one more aluminum over here, because I really don't want to get back here so often, right? That should be fine. Alright, we still need to... Still need to connect them once more. There you go. There you go. And also the helium back to my storage. And this gets now, once again, to my ship. And there's already quite a bit of aluminum in it. 15. Alright, great stuff. Because with that we can build more buildings in the future faster. I would like to continue meanwhile with the next quests once more. So if you remember, we had the whole terramorph situation there, and we also want to deliver that to Hadrian. So Hadrian said she'll be waiting for me outside of Mast in New Atlantis. So let's go ahead and continue with that storyline there as well.
Captain, over here. The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Okay, doesn't sound like they succeeded in securing that legacy.
No, they made a pretty grave miscalculation. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Okay, you're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss?
I don't think so.
You've got any last... No telling how long the cabinet...
Actually, I need to take care of a few things. Honestly, what a risk of... no.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Ah, welcome. You must be the Captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Hadrian made it clear that addressing this issue required the utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno-Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure it out. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terramorph apocalypse. We can't make an informed decision without data.
That is something
I don't want to be
consider.
too dramatic.
Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
It wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If there's a chance what happened on Tau Ceti would happen elsewhere, we need to grant the access.
It's a risk, but so is doing nothing.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. Attention.
Got a minute to
An
chat?
incident has occurred.
Maybe a few minutes.
Facility locked down.
Probably not hours, though.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind. Let's get down there.
Alright, so I guess it's in the middle. We are going into the middle of a fight here. Fighting Terramorphs in New Atlantis directly. Stay tuned.